وسنا والله يا. Hier namelijk staat die ook mas har jag lärt själv för färdig själv för färdig och för har mig det kostar då easy take revenge see la 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 la. But hey, we are back today. Another sun-shining episode. This week I've been reading and studying my Tyrannid Codex, getting ready for the grand narrative in November. I'm super excited. I've been into the hobby for 3 years, and the only actual 40k that I've played, I think, was a chopped down version of 8th edition that my buddy walked me through to just kind of like introduce me to the game. And then from there, I went to one-page rules. If you don't know what one-page rules is, the rules are available online for free. And what it is a miniature agnostic game system that allows you to use all your 40k stuff or your Age of Sigmar stuff. There's a Grimdark Future version, which is 40k, and then there's a Grimdark Fantasy version, which is Sigmar. And these rule systems are simplified versions of what 40k and Sigmar are. And they're a lot of fun. And they have representative factions of all the or most of the factions, I think. All or most of, if not more, than, the Games Workshop stuff. Anyway, point is, I have not played very much 40k. Zero 10th edition, and I'm going to this narrative. It's September. I'm going in November, but I think I'll be fine. I got Tabletop Simulator. I got a few buddies who are going as well, so I have them to practice and play with, so it'll be okay. I'm not tripping. Yeah, I've been reading and studying up on my Tyrannid Codex. I don't want to show up completely smooth-brained. I want to give my opponent a good game. I want to give it a good go, and I truthfully don't care about winning. And that's another thing I'm actually stoked about with this narrative, is that it seems like fun and story focused, and I like that a lot. So with that, I did get a few new units for my Tyrannids. I know I had my pile of shame video saying I wasn't going to get anything, but I did have the disclaimer that I'm going to get more Tyrannids, and by fucking golly, I did. So I got a box of Genestealers, 4-armed perfection. And for any of you Genestealer folks who haven't got to interact with the new ones, don't you worry. They are just as egregiously hanging over their bases as the old ones. A little bigger base, so maybe that's, probably a little more stable, but it's looking like it's going to be a barrel of monkeys, just them hooking all together. So unit cohesion and movement, it's going to be fun. But it's okay. So I got the Broodlord, I got Genestealers. That's 45 attacks right there. Granted, strength is a little low. 40 of them are at strength 4. And then you got the Broodlord's 5 attacks at strength 6. But the Broodlord has twin-linked and devastating wounds. And he gives devastating to the crew. So, for myself, and for those who don't know, twin-linked, that means you get to re-roll wound rolls. And then, as for devastating wounds, on 6s, on criticals, you get to ignore wound and invulnerable saves. So, that's pretty strong. So, if the dice gods are with me, and I roll a shitload of 6s, woo! Will it go off? I don't know. I hope so. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I don't know. I think this is just like this is going to be my like kamikaze unit. Get up there as fast as I can, crash into the front lines, you take out some of their like objective holders, and just be nasty, because Genestealers are nasty. They got them gnarly claws that can tear through Terminator armor, and it's gonna be going down. So, what I've been working on this week, one of my patrons, Mr. Captain Fox, gifted me some of the Villainy Inks, like that's the starter kit of them, and I was very excited, but also very nervous. I don't know, I was intimidated, by inks, oils, these things that have like a removal, you blob it on, but then you remove it a certain way. I had my reservations, so I postponed a bunch. Part of that postponing was getting the mineral spirits to dilute and thin the inks, and also to make them matte. I learned that from Grimdark Compendium, is that the mineral spirits makes the inks dry more matte, opposed to having that satin sheen. Yeah, so I got these Villainy Inks, and when I finally started using them, their scariness quickly diminished. I decided to use one of my first armies, my Imperial Fist. They're very amateurly painted. They're just very flat and kind of bland. Not a lot of dynamism like I like to have in my models. So I wanted to use these washes to hopefully just be an easy pop. I don't think I used these inks perfectly, but this was a good experiment, and I think it did what I was wanting to do. I think I could be a little more heavy-handed, but yeah, it added a depth that the models did not have before. It toned down the yellow a little bit, which was good. It added, depth to the recesses. It added a little bit of sheen to it. I don't know. I think it was good. It was a good experiment. Beyond wanting to add that depth to my initial Space Marine army, I got some grot tanks. These are actually the Eons of Battle grot tanks. I don't even think you can get them anymore. Anyway, I got the Eons of Battle grot tanks, and orcs, grots, they are ramshackle. So ramshackle goes with rust. Rust goes with ramshackle. So I blobbed on like the rust ink and also the brown ink. I think I would need to be more heavy-handed with the brown ink because it kind of thinned out real quick and you couldn't see it too much. But the rust was really doing it for me. Like it properly, like when it was on top of a metallic, on top of that silver, it properly looked like rust, like, I don't know, like that powdery rustiness that it's not the full, like crusty, like chunky, layered rust, but like the powdery rust, and it, very into it. So this is like by no means like a comprehensive review. This was really just me testing these things out, being really nervous and timid about it. So I, obviously I'm not showing you much. I just did a few troops and then a few vehicles just to kind of see what these things do. So I'm excited to experiment a little more. I have my Flesh Eater Quartz units that I think are going to be a really good testing ground, especially for taking it, not starting with a finished model, but going from start to finish, which is going to include my current paint process, but also the mixture of like Villainy Inks for effect. Yeah, so I'm very excited. But what about you? What have you heard about Villainy Inks? I feel like I've been seeing them a lot more on YouTube lately. I think that's obviously because they just came out recent-ish. I've seen a lot of the Grimdark Compendium and him using them. I like them. I like them so far. I like that they have a little bit of pigment in them, or like not just pigment, but like granule, like grit. Obviously that adds texture to the model beyond just the dark depth that they can provide. Yeah. All right, have you tried out Villainy Inks? Do you want to try out Villainy Inks? If you got the money, I would suggest it. I think they're fun. I want to say that they're not as scary as you may think. Just look at a few tutorials and just go for it. Don't be scared. And I am only saying don't be scared because I was being a little scaredy. I was being timid about it, and I don't know. Don't be timid. Just try things. But yeah, let me know what you think. Obviously, I didn't do a comprehensive thing here, but do you think that my Imperial Fist had a pretty cool little elevation there? Do you think the rust effects on my grot tanks is pretty cool? Let me know down in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a like. If you want to see more, I'm definitely going to be working more with these inks in the future. Be sure to subscribe. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm really excited to have this new thing, a new product, a new tool to aid my paint process to create story, really, in my miniatures and in my games. You know, because what are all these effects doing? Like they're giving you a vibe. You know, they're trying to set the tone for what you're going for. I love the grimdark vibe, so if you're also into that, Villainy Inks. And also, I don't think they have to be confined purely to grimdark. I think you can use them in a lot of applications. What those are, I don't fully know yet, but I don't think anything is specifically anything. If you kind of get what I'm saying, I think lots of things that's one thing can be used for another thing and also be that thing. So things can be things. Thingity thing thing thing. Thing 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 thing. But yeah, that is it for now. I'd like to thank you, Mr. Captain Fox, for hooking me up with these Villainy Inks. They're wonderful. I'm excited to just keep pressing into them and learning them, figuring them out. And yeah, hopefully next video I'm gonna be having some my goal is to have some like painted Genestealers. They look so good. I just want to paint them all. I really do. But yeah, until next time, I think that's it for now. Have a great day. Today is September 16, 2024. Here are 7 dice. Today's numbers are on the D20, 10. On the D12, 8. On the D10, 4. On the percentage die, 60. On the D8, 6. On the D6, 4. And on the D4, 1. Those are today's numbers. La 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 la. Warm up, warm up, warm up. These videos never get easy to film or to talk at a camera because I feel weird. I feel foolish. You don't have to feel foolish, Tyler. You're awesome. You're cool. You got this. Come on, buddy. All right. Hello, hello. So we're right there.